For years, Ireland's National Police Force has pursued the notorious Kinahan Cartel, an international organized crime syndicate linked to drug trafficking, money laundering, and violent feuds. Now, 2025 could be the year that finally sees its dismantling. Following a turbulent 2024 that saw key cartel figures arrested, asset seizures, and a new extradition treaty between Ireland and the UAE, authorities believe they are closer than ever to bringing down Daniel Kinahan and his associates. Welcome back to Crime Chronicles. Stay tuned as we look at the exciting prospect of finally seeing the Kinahan Cartel get smashed into oblivion, and the senior figures return to Ireland to face justice. Despite being named as one of the world's most dangerous criminals, Daniel Kinahan spent years attempting to legitimize himself as a boxing promoter. In 2012, he co-founded MTK Global with former professional boxer Matthew Macklin. Initially called MGM, Macklin's Gym Marbella, the organization operated as a boxing management and training company in Marbella in Spain. Macklin eventually retired in 2016, and due to mounting controversy and legal pressure, Kinahan claimed to have stepped away from MTK Global. Despite this, Kinahan's influence remained apparent, especially as he continued advising high-profile fighters such as Tyson Fury, and even attempted to transition MTK Global into football management. However, scrutiny over his ties to organized crime and money laundering accusations increased, leading to MTK Global shutting down in 2022. Macklin, though still a pundit for Sky Sports, faced reputational damage due to his past association with Kinahan, underscoring the risks of his connections. If 2024 was a preview of things to come, then 2025 could be the year that law enforcement finally lands the decisive blow against the Kinahan Cartel. The past year saw a series of welcome setbacks for the crime organization. 3 of Kinahan's closest allies were arrested in 2024, weakening the cartel's operational structure. Among them was Sean McGovern, who was taken into custody in Dubai, meaning that Dubai was no longer a safe haven for Irish criminals. Irish authorities had long pursued McGovern for his involvement in the 2016 murder of Noel Duckegg Kerwin in Dublin. Kerwin, a known associate of Gerry Hutch, was targeted because he was seen attending the funeral of Eddie Hutch, a victim of the infamous Hutch-Kinahan feud. Now, with the new extradition treaty in place, McGovern is expected to be returned to Ireland to face charges once the extradition process has run its course. Another key cartel member, Liam Byrne, was sentenced to 5 years in England after being convicted of attempting to secure favourable prison conditions for fellow gangster Thomas the Bomber Kavanagh. Kavanagh is currently serving a 21-year sentence, and Byrne's imprisonment marks another significant disruption to the cartel's daily operations. Additionally, Dublin native Peter Keating received a 4-year, 8-month sentence for his role in the same bribery plot involving Kavanagh. With these arrests, the cartel has lost some of its most experienced operatives, limiting its ability to function as it once did. In addition to targeting cartel members, authorities have struck at the cartel's financial assets. One of the most publicized moves was the seizure and sale of Daniel Kinahan's 4-bedroom house at 10 Coldwater Lakes in Saggart, County Dublin. The property, which initially had a starting auction price of €550,000, was sold for an impressive €931,000 after 168 bids. The proceeds were allocated to the state, marking a significant loss for Kinahan. Though many speculated that the auction was intended to lure Kinahan out of hiding, he did not contest the sale. Beyond personal assets, law enforcement agencies have been aggressively dismantling the cartel's financial empire. Irish authorities have seized over €4 million in cash and drugs since 2015, but 2024 saw some of the most substantial financial disruptions yet. A multinational police operation, known as Operation Destabilize, targeted a vast Russian money laundering network linked to the Kinahan Cartel. The investigation, which involved Irish police, the UK's National Crime Agency, and law enforcement agencies from the US and mainland Europe led to the arrest of over 80 individuals and the seizure of 24 million euros in cash and cryptocurrency. The impact of these financial crackdowns cannot be overstated. The cartel's ability to bribe officials, purchase weapons, and fund operations has been severely weakened, with drug seizures worth an estimated 272 million euros and cash confiscations totaling 11 million euros. Irish police and their international partners have significantly curtailed the cartel's economic power. For years, one of the biggest hurdles in prosecuting the Kinahans has been their residence in Dubai. The United Arab Emirates has historically lacked an extradition treaty with Ireland, allowing the Kinahan family to operate their billion-euro drug empire from relative safety. However, in October of 2024, Ireland's Justice Minister travelled to Dubai to finalise an agreement that had been under negotiation for years. The signing of this treaty means that any Irish national suspected of crimes can now be extradited from Dubai, a move clearly aimed at Daniel, Christy, and Christopher Kinahan. The Irish Director of Public Prosecutions has already submitted files requesting the extradition of all three men, and if successful, they could face life sentences in Ireland. While there is speculation that the Kinahans may seek refuge in other countries such as Russia or Iran, legal experts believe that their international notoriety will make relocation difficult. A major catalyst in the crackdown against the Kinahan Cartel was the deadly feud with the Hutch Gang. The rivalry, which began with the 2016 Regency Hotel attack, claimed over 18 lives and forced law enforcement to prioritize dismantling both criminal organizations. Though the Kinahans retaliated swiftly after the attack, murdering Eddie Hutch just days later, police have methodically pursued justice against those involved. While Daniel Kinahan is not accused of personally carrying out the murders, authorities believe he played a direct role in orchestrating many of the killings. His suspected involvement in Eddie Hutch's assassination is one of the charges being prepared for his potential extradition and trial in Ireland. Adding to the cartel's woes is the $5 million bounty placed on the heads of Daniel, Christy, and Christopher Kinahan by the US government. The reward, issued in 2022, is meant to incentivize informants to provide information leading to their capture. While no major cartel figures have taken the offer yet, growing pressure and internal strife within the organization could lead to betrayals in the near future. So what comes next? As 2025 unfolds, the Kinahan Cartel faces more pressure than ever before. With its financial operations disrupted, key leaders imprisoned, and the extradition treaty in place, authorities are inching closer to dismantling the organization once and for all. While the cartel remains active, its grip on the international drug trade is undeniably weakening. The question now is not if the Kinahans will be brought to justice, but when. With increasing international cooperation, relentless law enforcement pressure, and the diminishing safe havens, the days of the Kinahan Cartel's unchecked power may finally be coming to an end. Thank you for joining us today on Crime Chronicles. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the channel with your friends.